Got those test results back. I'm negative. I'm back.
They're all scribbled out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
26th of April, boys. Very keen. Been talking a little bit of shit with the boys on Instagram, the opponents. Everyone's getting into each other now.
You're just picking on the blind guy.
Bottle O Bill and Ben Pettingill have actually have some beef. Eh?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, tell us more.
Well,
You know what it's about?
No. It's just banter,
And it's brewed from the 7-man battle royale.
Yeah.
Not leading into it. Cool.
But yeah, they've been talking some shit. Bottle O Bill's talking shit to everyone. Actually, it's pretty funny.
Did you see Blind Ben's boxing? Dude, he's got some skills, bro.
Dude, what the fuck?
14 years of no vision. He's got it tuned in.
Well, when he was in the ring, he was like boxing with his trainer in the ring, and I was like, oh yeah, he's just following voice commands or whatever. But then he was training on a heavy bag, and he was beating the shit out of that thing, and like and following it, bro. And I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, seeing these training montages of your opponents, how do they make you feel? Are they genuinely? Do they fucking this guy, or is it genuinely like, oh, okay, I've got to train a little bit?
Oh, bro, I never get scared, bro. I'll never get scared.
Nice.
I'll take as many hits on the chin or in the back of the head as it takes.
You don't have fight or flight. You've just got fight.
Yeah, I think so.
But it's like
We picked the right guy, Jace. We picked the right guy.
Yeah, it's like the potty montage, bro. Rough, rugged, and raw. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking flying by the seat of our pants, bro.
Yeah.
Just winging it. You know.
Jason knows what I'm like when I get a few brouhahas into me, mate. By the end of the night,
Bro, it's more than a fucking few when you get like that.
different Brad appears, and if I can just channel that Brad, before the fight,
We'll have to make sure we pack the sniffing salts.
it'll be. I'd say it'd be lights out for them, but they're wearing a blindfold, so.
I was going to say, what's the kitty bag for the day got? You know, your training bag. So we've got, you know, like food. Are you going to drink beers before
on
you go
the day?
in there? Yeah, on the day.
Nah, bro. I'll tell you one thing I've been thinking about, actually. I'm just, the night before and the morning of, I'm just not going to eat any spicy food.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't want to shit myself in the ring.
That's good.
Imagine just a mad body shot, bro, and you just fucking erupt on the floor, cunt.
Yeah, dude.
Like the whole event gets shut down because they can't get your shit out of the floor, cunt.
He's got HIV.
That's my only forward thinking of the whole event. I'm just like, just don't eat food that's going to make you shit yourself in the ring.
Bro, I wouldn't even be having like pepper on the scrambled eggs, cunt. I'd just be like, make it as bland as possible, just play it as safe as possible, eh?
Yeah, but I'm lactose intolerant as well, so I can't go like just full dairy, you know. So I've got to, I don't know. I'll just eat dry crackers for 2 days on the lead up.
It's gonna be exciting to see. And you guys were down at the convention center just before filming some content. I saw it. I wasn't there firsthand, but I can't wait to get that out because I was cacking it. I think it was some good stuff.
Some good stuff.
Some of the best promotion for the Battle Royale, in my opinion, too.
Yeah.
You know, I am very biased, but I'm also, you know, I'm OCD with my content, and I recognize real, you know, when I see some good content. And
Well, I was on the phone to Apex Ad Agency earlier in the day, and they actually told us that our content is top notch.
yeah,
Nice.
love it.
How good's that?
Beautiful. All right. Well, speaking of the lads, we might as well get on into our intro. Sorry, we are rough, rugged, and raw, but and I haven't got it pasted to me. Sorry, guys. Alrighty.
Gonna turn that music down, man. What are we listening to? Who are we listening
This
to?
is the Eagles, brother.
Oh yeah, I do love the Eagles, but
Hotel California's
Yeah.
overrated.
what did you say?
Overrated.
It's overrated.
Chill out, bro.
It's
not-
iconic.
It's not that good a song.
It's a great song.
The
You just
guitar
don't
in
know
this
the
one.
words.
Unpopular. I know all the words, bro. I grew up in pubs.
Go on,
She get
then.
flogged to death.
Sing it.
I'm not singing it because it's overrated.
dark desert
It's a 6-minute song.
Yeah.
Alrighty. G'day, mates. Welcome back to Your Mates Podcast, the only show where sport, banter, and the occasional brain fade all live under one roof. I'm Benny, and joining me, as always, are the two units who somehow make yelling at the telly a weekly segment, Weedy and Trad.
Don't mind that.
Yeah.
Today's episode is our sports show, and we've got a cracker lineup, NRL Round 6 recap, a few spicy headlines, and probably a few yarns that barely stay on topic. Classic us. But before we kick things off, a quick nod to the legends keeping this pod ticking.
Yep. As always, your mates is fueled by the lager of champions, Brouhaha. Our mates up the M1 on the sunny coast are slinging everything from crisp lagers to juicy ales. Head to their breweries in Baringa or Maleny or hit up brouhahabrewery.com.au. And if your local bottler isn't stocking it, have an aggressive word with them and tell them to put it in the fucking fridge.
Put it in.
Or an aggressive whisper.
Yeah, well, I ad-libbed there. Went off the script.
Yeah.
Ah, that's all right, bro. It is rough, rugged, and raw.
And unscripted, as you heard last week.
Also, to Apex Ad Agency, our crew from Tweed backing us all the way to the 7-man Blindfold Boxing Bash, where our very own Trad, that's me, is lacing up. They're handling the socials, merch, and making sure I doesn't rock up in footy shorts. Got questions or want to get involved? Slide into our DMs. No gloves are required.
And if you're not already following us on socials, seriously, what are you doing? We're on Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and yep, even YouTube for those who reckon you've got the attention span for our video. We are rough, rugged, and raw with no filters, no edits, and no apologies. Alrighty, lads, boots on, socks up, crack a cold one. It's game time.
Let's go.
Nice.
Let's go straight on into our NRL headlines before we recap what has been a busy week in the NRL. The first headline that I've got for us today, boys, the Lockie Galvin saga continues. There's been more reports come out about some West Tigers players that also feel mistreated the same way Lockie Galvin has been treated. Thoughts on coming out now after this?
Well, one of them is...
you go, bro.
One of them's managed by Isaac Moses as well. Ooh. So one's playing third grade and one's playing fourth grade, I think. But it's like...
Oh, so they're not even
New South Wales Cup.
Wow, okay.
So it's like... But it's
how are
like,
they getting treated?
Well, if you're not playing good, you're not going to get into New South Wales but they're in the top 30 too, so it's just like, I don't know. You can't just fucking jump on the fucking Benji can't coach rhetoric because he's not treating you right rhetoric.
That's what I was going to say. Galvin didn't say he was mistreated. He said that he isn't getting taught right. How is that mistreatment? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
And now it's like everyone's starting to fucking have a dig. I think it's just like, and these guys like where are they going to go? They go to the Bulldogs. You know what happens at the Bulldogs?
You get raw dogged by the players and the fans. My sort of thoughts on it was that I've watched a little bit of the preseason stuff with Benji and the Tigers and the team, and I think he's got a really close relationship with that mob, especially your Jerome Luais, your Terrell Mays, your Jareem Bullers. Like he is pretty tight with those lads. Whether or not Lockie Galvin feels like he can't really be included in that group, again, I don't know.
Because he's not like doesn't have brown skin? Is that what you're thinking?
This is no. Well, again, he's like the conversations that I've heard and the way that I see Benji and his players talk about them. I don't think that there's any bullying going on at the club, and I don't think there's any favoritism. I just think that certain players get along better with with the coach, and whether or not Lockie's been on the outskirts because his manager's been drumming the shit up in the background, I think they would have this bit of a disconnection with the OG playing group or the guys that have come in.
It seems like Benji's got like this really relaxed attitude to coaching as well, and like it I don't know, is Galvin like he's a sub and he wants to be domed by his coach? You know what I mean? Like it feels like Benji's just gone, coach yourselves, boys, and I'll give you his little pointers and tips on the way, but let's build the culture. Like that's how you build culture.
Yep.
Let's do this together, and gets to the point where they're doing it for each other and not for the club or whatever,
And head coaches do one job of making sure that all the players are in sync and all on the same page, but then you've got offensive and defensive coaches as well. But the fact that he was, he's been rumoured to move to the Eels with Jason Riles, who's a former front rower, you're going away from Benji Marshall, who's arguably one of the greatest 5'8" of all time, if not, well, the greatest at the West Tigers, only one to win a premiership with them. I don't get that whole statement of saying that Benji's not going to add anything, because why would you want to base your game off of Jason Riles' game plan when they're sitting bottom of the ladder? They've won 2 games this year, but yeah, I just don't see. You would think the Tigers is a perfect fit for him.
Yeah.
So the fact that that's a card that he's played, I think that's all Isaac Moses.
He's got one of the best offensive halves to ever play the game as his coach, and then he's got the best fucking six in the last 4 years as his fucking offsider.
Right.
And
But
you
he's
want
got that winning culture.
and he doesn't feel like he's being developed.
Yeah, but just because you're a good player doesn't mean you're a good coach.
Yeah, that's true.
Look at Wayne Bennett, not that good a coach, played on the wing. Not that good a player. Fucking probably arguably best coach of all time.
Yeah.
Craig Bellamy, not that good a fucking player.
Yeah.
Fucking best coach of all time. And Riles apparently is like really good with the fucking young players as well.
Yeah.
Developing them when he was at the Storm. So that could be another, and obviously he's a Para fan from as a kid.
Yeah.
So I reckon, and they got 17 players off roster.
Yeah.
The year Galvin comes off with the Tigers, so he could have a full clean out and do what Serraldo's done at the Dogs by that time, and have the team that he wants, not the team that he's got. Because you look, he's already got rid of Gutho. For him, was too old. Fucking got rid of RCG, too old. So he could be building a team by the time Galvin comes over, and have the team he wants to build around Galvin, because they were like fucking creaming their jocks in the bloody presses and shit when. Every time they were like asking, like, yeah, we're definitely interested. Like, I don't know.
How do you feel about this? Because it's quite obvious that Galvin is a pure talent. You know what I mean? He is great, but some guys are just uncoachable. And has he got to this level under pure talent? And like you watch last year and this year, like his left side last tackle options are always just grub it to the corner.
Is that him being directed to do that though?
Well, that's that's the question, right?
Look at Blaze Talangi with Penrith now. You can tell he's been told not to kick because every fucking time he's running and everything's on Nathan. So if he's being instructed to do that and leave like Jerome to do the chip overs and all that sort of shit, like I don't know. But
Blaze he only played one game for the Eels last year, but he was his own player. Like he probably didn't have a game plan to follow
but he was in the centres too last year, wasn't he? And fullback.
Fullback, I think. But he played unreal at fullback, and that's what sort of it was tipped to be a pretty good buy for you guys this year. But again, maybe he's one of those players who just play better in free space and not sticking to a game plan. Which I agree, Galvin could be like that as well. He does play better footy. Fletcher Sharp's another one.
Yeah.
Where structured they can play structured footy, but it probably doesn't suit them the best.
Yeah.
What about this for a conspiracy theory? Galvin's actually been bullied by Luai and by the boys who have gone over there to Rover and all the penny boys that are over there because Luai wants to play left side again.
No, I don't think so.
Because he did on the weekend.
No,
I think he
still played 7. Dewey was not playing 7.
Yeah, but he played left.
He swapped jerseys too.
Yeah.
Do you reckon that's a fuck you?
Was he wearing the 6?
Yeah. Dewey was wearing the 7. Dewey's not a fucking 7.
No way. Oh, that's popcorn stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, because Luai, the whole time he was at Penrith, played the left side.
Yeah.
And played really well. And I'll be honest, they played really well. Tigers.
Yeah.
They actually played awesome without him.
But even when like he was out though and he was playing 7, he still did a job playing 7 and directing the team though. So
yeah,
he can do. And like same with Samoa. Like remember the World Cup run they went on?
Yeah,
that was fucking crazy, bro. Like and that was fucking pretty much all of him and Critter, I think. Yeah, because Critter was doing the goal kicking and shit.
But yeah, my conspiracy theory wasn't to get to play 6; it was to play left side.
Yeah,
and Galvin probably can only play left side, and Luai is better at left side. And he's probably watching his team struggle like, you know what? I'd do a fucking better job over that side.
Well, before the weekend, they were 3-3.
Yeah. They weren't struggling, I'd say. So.
Yeah, I don't know. But fuck, I'm
just a conspiracy.
To be honest, though, are you like to the point now where you're fucking over it?
It was the same with the DCE
the
stuff.
saga.
And the Dylan Brown. Like, you get that first shot.
3 days
like,
is enough.
Fuck yeah.
Well, it's rugby league. We need a new one, right? They come in bunches.
Yeah. Well, they come in 3s, and that's the 3rd one. So hopefully we've got another couple of months where everything just settles down a little bit. But we'll be following it and obviously announcing it as it unfolds over the next. Whoa.
Right, ASMR.
Wait,
coffee.
that was the one thing that got me last week. It wasn't you coughing in the mic. It was you eating your sausage in the mic.
Oh, could you hear it?
Oh, could I? I couldn't not hear it, bro.
Really?
Once I heard it as well, I couldn't unhear it. And it was like a good 10 minutes of like, I was
munching.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's why we got so many listens.
The next headline that I got for us is more so. I want to know your guys' opinions. There's nothing like seeing a beautiful cutout pass. You know, but you got a couple of different ones. Would you prefer to see just the spiral, a beautiful spiral, just a perfect spiral, or just a flat ball that just skims over everything and it doesn't move?
Are you talking about pass or kicks?
Pass.
The one that I don't like is the Harbour Bridge. I don't like,
When it's end over end?
No.
Just like it fucking...
Just
in general.
Yeah.
You know how they like instead of passing through the defenders or like straight across the line,
Yeah.
they lob it over.
Yeah,
And
you're not a fan of that?
Nah, I don't like it, bro.
Did you see Terrell
It's
May do
ugly.
it last year?
Oh, I don't know.
He did it from
Probably.
the center of the field like a goosey.
Well, that's
Harbour
different.
Bridge.
But you need to Harbour Bridge that to get the distance,
Yeah,
right? You
yeah.
can't dart pass that far.
No. Yeah.
But just cutting out one player, I don't like to see him like Troll does it a lot.
Yeah, too much.
His most recent one wasn't. It was straight across, but he like because he's so tall, he just lifts over the defenders.
What about Mitch Moses yesterday to Josh Adokar?
Bro, I was driving, so I didn't
Okay,
get to watch.
Just the mini Harbour Bridge, but it was.
But what I did get to do was I changed it to 94.5 and I listened to the game.
That's good,
And
eh?
holy fuck, man! Like
So much
those guys, the radio guys, shit all over fucking Vossi, Ganane, fucking Blocker, Kronk, all those cunts, shit all over them, man. Like there's like no like little like pauses and them fucking shit up and all that.
Yeah.
It's just direct, like, and you're getting every detail, man. Like, you know how you like Ganane falls asleep when he's commentating.
Yeah.
There's none of that, dude. It's
Yeah,
like all
okay.
excitement because they've got to describe everything.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Like on the TV, they can afford to let their foot off a little bit because we got the TV to watch and we can
Yeah.
see that for reference. But on radio, mate, we only got ears,
Full throttle, baby.
Yeah,
And
it's
yeah, it
definitely
was
the way.
awesome. Like I had Anna, like, because I was driving, Anna put the game on KO and I was listening on the radio and KO was about like 30 seconds behind.
Oh yeah,
And so I'm like getting the excitement and then I'm like, I need to watch this. And I'm like peeking over while I'm driving through
all
the range,
happening.
bro.
Yeah.
Like, so I get to see what just got described. And I was like, fucking turn that off. Like, I'll just listen to it. This is so much better.
yeah.
But yeah, to answer your question, sorry.
Yeah.
to
No, it's
hijack
just
the fuck out of that.
no. It's just a yarn, anyways.
Yeah, the bullet pass straight across the line, bro. I want it to spiral.
Yeah, I want to see
It's
that
got a spiral.
Yeah, and no wobble or anything, and it just
Yeah.
perfectly.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
We don't really see them that very often these days, but we do see a lot of the end over end or the flat passes.
But yeah, it's got to be a line ball too, I reckon. Just
Yeah.
fucking almost
even move.
almost get intercepted
Yeah.
type shit.
Agreed. What about you, Jace? Got anything on that?
Nah.
Move on.
Nah.
Sweet.
You agree? You agree?
Yeah, spirals are good, bro. Yeah.
All right, I've got a conspiracy theory. I might have even announced this before, but commentators influencing the bunker decisions.
I don't think they can hear them.
You don't think so?
No.
Oh, I'm almost fucking positive they can, bro, because they'll replay it to a certain
Want a beer, then?
stage. Yes, please, bro. They'll replay they'll replay it to a certain stage to the point where, again, it could be a 50-50 call, but whatever the commentator says, it's almost going that way. If
Yeah.
it's premature.
I don't
But
know
I
about
think that's
that,
just
'cause-
commentary. Do you think? Like,
Yeah,
they're,
but
they're
there's
just
heaps.
saying what they're saying.
There's heaps though. Like even on the weekend where they're like, "Oh mate, he's going off here,"
Oh, yeah.
and then they're just like, "No, it was low force," and you're like, "What?"
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
it just like sometimes they just go the fucking complete opposite.
Yeah,
but
that actually happens a lot. That might be dudes might be barking at my son. But yeah, I think you're spot on, Jason. Because
don't think
there's
they
a
can-
lot of times too where like they'll be like, oh yeah. Well, you can see he touches the ball. You can see his finger touches the ball, and then
Yeah.
they're like, oh, there's not enough evidence to turn this over. It's
Yeah.
like what?
Yeah.
Bro, we all just watched it. We saw
yeah,
it touch.
like the
you know?
what was the one that was the fucking hip drop on the weekend in the
Yeah.
Tigers game, and he's like, oh, and he's like fucking wincing and carrying on, and then they fucking show the replay,
Yeah.
and he doesn't even touch his leg.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh. And then they're like, yeah, hip drop penalty. And it's like,
That hip drop milking is really starting to piss me off too.
Crept
yeah.
up, especially the last weekend. There was a lot happening.
Everyone's doing
Was
it.
it the-
But you
As
don't
soon
even
as you
notice
feel
it.
as soon as they feel that weight
Yeah,
pulling
yeah.
them back,
Yeah.
it's like they try to make it happen.
Was it the Manly game where he got head high and fucking
Folded.
No, was it? What do you call it? Oh, hip drop. Yeah, he got hip dropped and head high at the same time, and both of them didn't go
That's
off. But it
silly,
was like
yeah.
a clear fucking hip drop, and a clear it's
Yeah.
like send them both off, cunt. Like
Yeah.
you're trying to stop both of those things like out of the game. Like fuck me.
Well, just quickly back to the commentators thing. The only way that I can, justify it is that if their reasoning behind it, they're never going to admit it. But if their reasoning behind it was it's too hard to explain to the general fan the ruling on the field compared to the expert commentators, if they've got conflicting opinions on it, it's just too hard to describe that to the normal fan trying to learn the game. So they just go with what they can hear and everything on the screen.
Well, the bunker
you hear
does
the bunker.
say,
you hear the bunker's reasoning, each time, and
They
then
go,
they play
just-
it out in the stadium too.
just looking to see if he touches the ball.
You never
okay,
hear them-
we've cleared that.
You never hear
Just
them
saying-
talking at the same time, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Do you
I
not
think
think?
that-
Do you not think if they couldn't hear each other, there would be some times that they
I
accidentally?
think the commentators just know not to talk over because broadcasting wants.
To get
the-
that in,
yeah,
Like,
they
I don't.
want-
There's
they
no
want the bunker.
unless they're watching KO on their phone. I don't think they can hear the commentators.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
And also, like if they're watching KO, like I said with the radio was 30 seconds ahead of KO.
Yeah.
Like, so, KO is probably a full minute behind what's actually happening. So, you know what I mean?
It's just something that I feel. Yeah. Now that I've brought it to light again, whether or not your opinions,
But I will say this: I don't think the bunker can hear the commentators, but the broadcasting guys definitely can because they're like, oh, we'd like to see that again, and then it pops up.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. That's probably more so what I'm. Yeah.
Commentators
okay.
would definitely hear the bunker, but I don't think it'd be vice versa.
No,
though.
it's in everyone's best interest for the bunker not to have anything in the areas other than what the audio that's playing from the field. Boys, speaking of calls and whatnot, favorite kick returner. You've got plenty of different styles. You've got guys who dart left to right. You've got guys who just, Dylan Edwards who just eats up the meters. You have a favorite kick returner of all time.
Oh, what's that what's that fella's name from the Warriors and he used to fucking run.
And he'd like
Wade
skip.
McKinnon?
yeah, and he's like
He'd
fucking
skip. He's a big fella.
yeah, and he
If
would
you-
just I can't fucking
Before
remember
Wade
his
McKinnon?
name. No, it wasn't Wade.
No,
He was a Maori
old,
dude.
He was old as.
Yeah,
Clint
it was still when they
Tupou?
had the fucking baggy jerseys and shit.
I have a feeling his last name started with R. I can't remember his name for the life of me.
Dude, yeah,
But he'd like goose step himself to fucking
he was like
speed up.
he was like galloping cunt. Like he wasn't running. Like
Yeah,
and,
just goosing the whole time.
and when you see blokes now, like they'll fucking when they get to the contact, they'll turn or they'll quick step before they actually make contact. This guy was like fucking just wide strides at like into contact, bro, and like he would break
Embraces
that
it.
many tackles. Like,
And
it was-
he'd always get between defenders, and he'd do that like it's like he's on a motorbike and he's clutch kicking,
yeah.
like to speed up. You
Extra
know what I
speed
mean?
at the last minute.
Yeah, and he'd do it right as he hit the line. He'd poke his head through, and he's so big, he'd just go straight through.
Yeah,
he was amazing.
Yeah, he's probably.
But if it's not a kickoff, and it's just a in play kick, my favourite of all time was Greg Inglis, mate. Can't go past GI for that.
New South Welshman.
Played for Queensland.
Yeah, where's he from?
Doesn't matter. Played for Queensland.
That's in Queensland.
Yeah. But like even when he played for Rabbitohs, I'm not even talking about Origin. He just mate, he was so hard to stop. 1-on-1, if he's at full speed, he was so fucking hard to stop.
Those fens, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if it's broken play, like say goodbye.
Probably got to have one of the best don't argues in the comp, eh?
Yeah.
Fucking,
Yeah.
yeah, love that shit.
I'm going to go complete smoky. You guys remember Nathan Gardner? Little shark swinger?
No.
No.
Bro, he was the Sharks boys that listen to the pod. They'll know
His
exactly
face
what I'm
escapes
talking
me,
about.
yeah.
But he was like a Jai Gray size, and he'd play fullback or wing. Same thing. No one could get him because he's so small.
Yep.
And carved the whole line. There was a year where he was close to being like a Dally M player. The great Nathan Gardner. All right, boys, before we get into this weekend, the last weekend of NRL, headline just popped up on your feed, Jace. The tipped teams to be in the 2026 Vegas round.
Oh, and it just refreshed. Do you remember?
Knights.
It was Knights, Bulldogs.
Whoa, breaking news. It's 27 minutes ago. Benji Marshall is set to recall the club's exiled star in a shock move. Galvin recalled.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, so he's not getting bullied anymore.
That's so good for fantasy.
That's weird. Maybe that legal letter that Isaac Moses presented to the club has something to do with that.
Ooh, that's true.
God, we just say we're over it and they just keep feeding us
Yeah,
more.
That's
don't
what we
they?
wanted. That's what we wanted. Keep it
Breaking
coming.
live. Knights, Dogs, Vegas teams.
Cowboys and Knights. Oh, wait, did you say Knights?
Said Knights, yeah.
Who did I say?
Warriors, was it?
No,
Nah, Warriors have
just went.
been. Finns? Nah. They wouldn't have two Queenslands. Storm? Nah.
Nah. Fuck.
Can't remember.
I can't fucking
What
find
was it on?
either.
Was it on NRL?
No, it was just some random one that
Oh,
popped
okay.
up.
So it wasn't actually
It was on
a
one of those NRL forums.
All good.
All right, boys, we'll get on into the week that has been. On Thursday night, we had the Dragons take down my Manly boys. I'll get straight into it. I thought that we played a lot better compared to last week. Now, you know, given that it's Brookie and last week we were over in Perth, there was a big comparison in the two. Couldn't seal the game in those small detail moments right at the end. There was plenty of opportunities for us to take. I think there was probably 3 where we dropped the ball on one, then Luke Brooks did something else, and again, it was minor little things, but it was right in the most important time of the game. And the Dragons looked a bit out on their feet the last 20 minutes. So I thought we were going to get one over the end of them towards the end, but again, just missed out on those opportunities.
Manly's right edge was just shot to pieces, man.
Usually it's our
DCE wasn't connecting with Hamoli. Hamoli wasn't connecting with Saab.
Is this when we were dropping
it was
all the
just,
balls?
Yeah, just
Hamoli was just throwing it, bro, every time he got it.
yeah,
Like,
and then he dropped the ball himself and gave away a couple of penalties, man. Like he had the worst game I think I've ever seen him play, to be honest.
I agree. And it wasn't because he had got a unlucky ball here and there. It was like he was forcing way too much, and it was
DCE gave him some bad passes that were like out in front and
Yeah,
stuff
Bungo
like
over the
that.
sideline too, didn't he?
Yeah.
That was
So-
a rookie too, wasn't it? Like they haven't beat you there in like 7 years or something. I think.
What were they saying? The Good Day Hill is now there's a
the
voodoo
bad
around
bit.
it. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think they
that
haven't
it's-
won.
that it's jinxing them.
Yeah.
Oh.
But that's people on, Good Day posts.
Yeah.
But they won their first home game there, and it was Good Day Hill before the season started.
Yeah, because the boys were claiming it's undefeated.
That's what did it, not the sign.
Yeah.
The pump up, bro.
But I thought I tipped Manly
Yeah.
stupidly. I thought the home field advantage was going to get them over the line, and I also thought that St George just can't be good 3 weeks in a row, and they fucking were.
They were good in their
And
opening 60. Yeah.
And now I don't know what to think about St George. I've got a pretty solid opinion about Manly now.
Dude, Gutho, I think Gutho, bro, fuck, he gets through some work.
Yeah.
Like, it's still fucking crazy that Para fucked him off, but like, he's just doesn't stop, bro. Even if he's like fully fucked, he'll just keep going, bro. Like,
He's a Dill Edwards.
He's something
Yeah.
about him, eh?
Like he's not the fastest, not the strongest, not the fucking best ball player, anything, bro. But he just fucking never not turns up. Like remember last year when he was busted and both his knees were strapped up, he fucking had the hammy tape on, all that shit, bro. Still out there, like one leg pretty much. Like,
Do you like the goatee, the beard?
Yeah, I'm liking
Big
it.
beard. It's getting longer every week
Yeah.
too, so he's not shaving it anytime soon.
And he's staying bald as well.
biking. Yeah.
have you seen
Shave the
a
top.
player with more range than Gutho? Like think back through the years when he came out and he had the long hair and
Oh,
like the
yeah,
moustache. Then he had like the thin goatee.
He went the top knot.
went the top knot for a
Yeah,
while.
right.
Remember he did the Gutherino with the top
He
knot?
did the top knot when the top knot was not cool anymore.
Yeah,
He still rocked it.
He brought
Yeah.
it back.
yeah.
Now he's got the beard. Now he's got the Ragnar look. Like,
Yeah.
dude, he's probably got to have the best range out of any player I've seen.
Good take.
I can't think of another one who's mixed it up more.
Maybe Jamin Salmon.
Yeah, Super Salmon.
What's his name?
He said that was a punishment.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was a punishment. He must have turned up late or something, and he had a choice. He had to dye his hair, or he had to pay a $200 fine. And so he goes. The irony is, he went to a hairdresser, and he paid.
$500.
Yeah, he paid for like $300 or $500 for the haircut anyway. So he should have just paid the fine.
Yeah, fuck.
Bro,
Yeah.
low key one of those.
Oh,
those
bro, he
streakies.
wanted an
Yeah.
excuse. Yeah.
So I've just gave Gutho a mad rap, Ben.
Yep.
I noticed on your notes here you've got Crybaby Gutho.
Yeah.
What was it this week?
Mate,
I might have
what
missed
wasn't it? So I've watched most of the Dragons games this year, and they've blown. He's captain, right? They've blown their captain's challenge within the first half of each game, and they're 0 from 6 so far, or maybe 0 from 5 because they've had the bye. But they haven't won a challenge all year. They've again, there was I think 2 weeks ago they blew it within 2 minutes and lost their challenge for the game. Again, Gutho's the man that's makes that call alongside Damien Cook, but it was a big part in his game at Para where he was getting involved with the refs too much and throwing his hands up and crying about it essentially. And it just looks like even though he's in a different uniform, things haven't necessarily changed. And if the game's not going their way, he's doing the same things. And again, the evidence in that is the fact that he's challenging the referee calls within, say, 2 minutes of a game in some circumstance and actually getting it wrong.
Well, I've got a little theory behind it.
Okay, I almost said the exact same thing.
Oh, do you?
I've got a little theory behind it. I was almost word for word.
Do you want to give yours first, and then I'll...
Or do you guys read each other notes before we came in today or some shit?
Mine's not so much more of a theory.
You guys are on
go with your theory
level.
because mine's not much sort of a theory. It's more of an opinion.
Okay, so this is my theory, okay? Gutho purposely loses his challenge so that his team plays better. Because if you don't have the challenge to back you up, you have to perform. You have to not knock it on. You have to fucking catch that ball. You have to do everything right.
Okay, so it's got nothing to do with his emotional intensity.
That's a captain's knock, bro. You lose the challenge and you turn around to your players and go, it's on us now.
Yeah.
So
I can't fucking help you anymore.
All week long he's going to the boys, don't rely on the referee. Don't rely on these challenges because I'm blowing it
I'm blowing it.
Yeah, okay.
In this first chance I get, I'm getting rid of this fucking thing.
Yeah, Gutho is right now. He's the senior player of the Dragons. He's the dad teaching the kid how to ride a bike to go, nah, we're not doing fucking training wheels, son.
Yeah.
You're just going straight fucking big boy bike.
Exactly.
So no fucking training wheels. So you fuck up, you're on your own. That's it.
You better learn how to use those brakes because I'm sending you down the hill.
Yeah, the big one. Steep one. steep straight and tweed.
Yeah. Oh, dude. That's the worst hill.
Yeah.
You got an opinion?
No.
What was that?
No, actually, fucking, I don't mind it at the Dragons. It doesn't, I don't notice it and it doesn't bother me as much.
Fair.
That fucking blue and gold jersey and that fucking eel on the chest fucking drove me insane. Still pisses me off, Mitch Moses. He's quite good for it too.
He is.
And when Marnie was there, all three of them.
Now he's gone to the worst club he can go to and it makes me hate him even more.
Yeah.
Probably a good bloke, but anyway, it doesn't bother me as much in a Dragons jersey from Gutho as it did in a Para jersey.
I feel like as a fan, if that was my club, like if that was my team, I'd be super frustrated that he's essentially wasting those challenges. And there's been some close games in that which they've lost. They've got blown out as well, but there's been some games where they'll also lose their challenge and it could save them later on in the game. But
that's him backing the boys too, I suppose. They're like, no, I didn't drop it. He ranked it.
I think he makes the mistakes most of the time, and that's why he's just so confident in it. But it'd be something to keep an eye on over the year. Now that I've brought it to your attention. Boys, the next game that we had was the Dogs versus the Bunnies. Dogs being undefeated absolutely put a fucking train through them.
Yep.
I obviously was amazed by the entrance, the aura of which they walked out to. And obviously I posted up a clip over the weekend, but were you guys watching the game?
Yeah.
Did you guys think the same thing? Like, what?
I missed the start.
Okay.
I watched it and I've
never seen a team do that.
I was like, fucking hurry up, you fucking
knew you
cringe
would.
lords. Like, fuck me.
Guess what? If he was at Penrith would be doing the same
Penrith
thing.
did it.
Hey, they've just literally copied the shit we were doing in 2020.
Yeah.
That's what they're gonna go good all year and they're gonna fucking lose a prelim or they'll make a grand final and lose it.
Well, they are the Canterbury Bankstown Panthers now. So.
Yeah, literally. But I don't know. It's just fucking can't fight. It's fucking tongue time. It's
what's
pissing
it
me off
called?
so much.
Aura farming. Hey,
Aura farming.
That's what he was doing.
There was a comment on there.
I feel like Mo Sislak when he gets the prank calls, he's like, I'm fucking so angry. I'm just choking on my own rage. That's how I fucking feel, bro. I can't stand these cunts.
So you just can't like them at all.
Nah.
You can't appreciate.
I told
anything.
you, bro. 2014, it still fucks me up, and my mates fucking doggy me all the time. Fucking, that doesn't sound good. But doing the fucking doggies,
Jason loves a doggy.
Yeah, right. Fucking hell.
Again, speaking of their aura and everything around it, to pack the stadium out, 63,500
record,
huge
for a club game.
Yeah, for regular season.
Yeah,
huge.
Wow.
What?
And it was majority Bulldogs too.
2003, I think, or 13, 2003 or 2013, since the record was set. And I think Dogs were in that game too.
Shit. So they're back in full swing.
But question though, where the fuck were all these cunts when they were going dog shit?
When Kieran Foran was there half.
Yeah, like where were they when they won
And
the
you had
spoon
Trent
before the
Hodkinson
Tigers?
and Drew Hutchinson.
Yeah, fucking wankers. That's what shits me too. Like I cop bandwagon Panthers fan all the time because we won 4 in a row. Bro, where were the Dogs fans? They weren't out fucking vandalising fucking Bankstown and shit.
I feel like in Sydney they'll move around whoever's doing well. You're going to have those bandwagons because you've got 8 teams in Sydney. You can easily get dragged into another supporter base or whatnot.
The missus goes for West Tigers or missus goes for Penrith.
And if Penrith are doing well, guess what? You've just gained another Penrith supporter.
Yeah.
But you'll find that people aren't going to jump on them when they're at the bottom. Like,
yeah, but you don't see like a whole Lebanese community at a Rabbitohs game if the doggies aren't there. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm pretty sure 3/4 of Lebanon was at that game.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like those guys are just staying home, bro. They're good at saving money, them boys. But there's one thing that they don't mind splurging on, and that's when the doggies are doing well. Tickets.
yeah.
Yeah, but they did $10 tickets for them too.
Yeah,
for the top tier to try and get it packed out. So.
Well, fuck, that'll do it.
Oh, dude,
Holy
I'd go to a footy game for $10.
Go to any footy game.
Sit up the top.
Yeah.
Speaking of the game as well, you had Jai Arrow, some headlines in and around him.
Doesn't like love hearts.
Didn't someone throw something at him though? I thought that's what it started over, and then they got the video of old mate doing the love arts.
I don't know.
Yeah,
bro.
that sounds like what would have happened because surely he doesn't get triggered that easy. But he was a hothead the whole night, bro.
Yeah, he was trying to start shit on the field.
Yeah.
Goes off and fucking.
Like I think he gave away a blatant penalty. I clipped it up as well, but he gave away a blatant penalty on the field. Pushed Toby Sexton over after the bomb.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
And then, he's standing there and Critter sort of walks up to him and he's still looking, Jai Arrow's still looking at the referee, listening to him explain the ruling of him. And he can see Critter out the back end. And before, Critter's just chilling and he's palming Critter while he's looking at the ref and then looks at him, fuck you, and then fuck off. Got them both, he's got Billy Kickout and Critter on one arm each. And it reminded me of like a guy that's going to kick up for a night out, but then
I'm J-Well's mate, bro. That's why
I'm full of theories.
Just like him.
I'm full of theories this episode. So this is my theory behind him being so pissed off because this shit pisses me off.
Yep.
Right when so he's in the sheds before the game. Right, text the missus who's just had a baby. Hey babe, I'm just about to run on. Love ya. And she writes back, hey, on your way home, can you get a tub of ice cream? And he's going, for fuck's sake, I'm just about to run on. You know what I mean?
No,
he's just fired up.
She asked for a doner kebab.
Yeah, they do really good ones out at Sydney Olympic Park.
Yeah. Yeah, just when you leave the game, can you go get some street food for me? Cheers.
He was...
He's just thinking about the shit that he's got to go through after they get flogged by the doggies.
Okay, that makes sense. And again, to see them, come out and not get any points, I was impressed with the Dogs' defense.
Called that.
There's a couple of calls that probably could have gone the Bunnies' way, but vice versa as well. They were just losing their shit by the end of it. I think Wayne will be disappointed more than anyone out of that performance. The fact that they couldn't handle that last 20 minutes, they just looked panicked. And
a few things mentioned by the lads in the our mates chat. Why wasn't Jack Whiten playing 6?
Yeah, well, they swap just after half time.
Yeah. Like why wasn't it trained like that all week, sort of thing? You know what I mean? Which is a great point.
Way more reps under the belt.
Yeah, when he was at Raiders, bro, that's what he did.
Yeah, and he was supposed to be a centre there too, but he just got forced into 6. But I don't know. Maybe an oversight from Wayne, thinking
maybe
Latrell could pull more out
I
of the
also
fire.
feel like the Dogs just beat them in the middle of the field, though. They weren't necessarily running
their line
around
speed,
them.
bro. Like they don't have big forwards. Like wait till they get Leo Thompson next year, cunt. It's gonna be fucked.
The next game that we had was a come from behind victory between the Dolphins and the Storm up at Suncorp. Did you guys watch the game? I actually went to bed at half
That
time.
it was a Go Media, wasn't it? Yeah, it was at Go Media Stadium. It was in New Zealand.
What?
Yeah.
Dolphins.
Oh, Dolphins.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Sorry. You scrolled too far down. I was looking at Warriors Broncos. I was
Oh, look at the top of the screen,
Nah,
bro.
it's still up there.
Sorry.
Yeah. Dolphins at Suncorp.
Yeah.
I went to bed at half time. thinking, Storm have got this in the bag. It's 16-2.
Yeah.
And then woke up at the full time. It's got the score up in the top left-hand corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saw like 44-20 or whatever the score was. And I was like, oh, Storm did it comfortably and, just turned it off, went to bed. Not till the next morning I woke up and realised that it was the fucking Dolphins that could. So they must have put 40-odd points on the second half.
Yeah,
Yeah.
crazy stuff, man.
Dude, Herbie Farmworth, bro. He literally is fucking as hot as he plays. Or he plays as hot as he is. One or the other.
I feel like he's got a lot of grubbiness in his game. There's lots of
I don't know if
dirty
it's grub.
shit.
I reckon he's got mongrel. I wouldn't go as far to say grub with him. I'd say mongrel.
He's a pom, isn't he?
Yeah.
It's mongrel.
Yeah. I don't think
It's
it's,
like
I don't
James
think,
Graham.
I don't,
Like-
yeah, I don't think it's grub. Like if you're looking
James
at
Graham comparison to Herbie Farmworth, I love it.
if you're looking at a scale, he would be like grub would be there, then like mongrel would be there, then grub's like on the bottom.
Yeah,
And then
they're touching.
Then dog cunt is the bottom. Yeah. And Reed Marnie sits alone by himself.
And then
I don't
underneath
know.
there
I
is
like
Reed
Reed
Marnie.
Marnie. I think he's good. You just don't
Anyway,
like
we're
him 'cause-
talking about the Finns and the Storm here.
Yeah.
But what a fucking game, bro. Did you see that try from Herbie? Scored on the wing, did that massive
Oh,
fucking...
yeah.
Dude, I was like, bro, he's fucking going to smash his cock on the ground here because he was like full flat, like full skydive, bro. Nobody touching him. I'm like, dude, he's about to squash his biscuits here, but he didn't.
All good.
Yeah.
No biscuits were squashed.
Who's the
during
best?
this try.
Who's the best at his,
Biscuits were squashed. Nice.
the old Joe Rockethoko dives.
Oh,
You guys
yeah.
probably remember that for the wrong reasons, but
No.
All Black swinger, Fijian.
Nah, bro.
Oh,
I'm drawing a blank.
Oh, Sidovini, Sivivatu. They'd be the big Fijian wingers
Yeah.
that we'd have on the side, and they'd just sprint up the entire sideline. But their big thing was the dive
jump?
to finish.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
And the higher they'd get, the better it would be.
Yeah,
That's
nice.
sick.
And then I'd go practice it on a Saturday. It was the highest conceding score against the Storm since 2004.
Did not know that.
So 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And so I think the highest score put on them was around the 60 mark. Only ever happened once,
Yeah.
which again,
That was first year too, wasn't it?
it was before Bellamy, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But it just goes to show that the Finns are no joke this year. And, they might have started the season quite slow, but Christian Wolf has got that pack fine-tuned, and they played 40 minutes of footy. They let it go in the first half.
Yeah.
Storm put 3 on them. We're lucky not to be more, but the fact is that they can beat the Storm in 40 minutes of footy. It's a pretty scary thought.
Dude, Isaiah Katoa, bro, he's so good, man. Like, how deep? Did you see that one where he dug? He dug real deep into the line, did a mad double pump, and they fucking still went for him. Then he passed it again, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god. And then Cody Nicarima, did you see his one,
Yeah.
bro? And Ray Stone too. He's fucking killing
Cody
it.
Nicarima is playing the best footy of his life at the moment.
Dude,
last 2 years. Fuck, man. I don't know where he's pulled it from.
Yeah,
I thought he
he's-
was going to retire.
Yeah, yeah. And he's like, there was he was like getting dropped last year,
Yeah.
and playing Queensland Cup, and now he's on, bro. But yeah, love it. I love seeing the Finns get up. That's a team like I don't think anybody dislikes because they're still like the little kid.
Yeah, it's still fresh. And again, it's just good to see healthy competition in the comp.
Yeah. Well, like
And
them
they-
losing to the Dragons and the Finns, it's like it's shit for the Storm, obviously, or a Storm fan, but like fuck's great for rugby league seeing like lesser teams get up over the big dog.
And the only player they were missing was Harry Grant. And I know he's an amazing player.
Oh, and
but-
Mills.
Oh, Big Nelson as well. But they win games without him.
Yeah.
Their forward pack's pretty solid without him.
I
don't know. It's just fucking like I don't know. Like they had Bronson Garlick, I think, was their dummy half.
Yeah, he did
their
all right.
starting dummy half, and he usually plays pretty good.
Yeah.
Usually picks up a try when he scores. So
Right.
when he scores, when he
What
plays.
about that? That makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Harry Grant lists.
Well, he's 4 weeks, I think, 4 or 5 weeks out.
Yeah. So it could
And they
be
don't
more
really
losses
have a
to come.
specialist 9 other than, like, I would have thought Wishart could do the job, but maybe
Well-
he's more impact off the bench. But
Yeah, I don't know.
I still think that.
I think did he play wing? I think he might have. Oh,
Nah, I don't know. He came on though, but I don't know where he was playing though. He
Yeah.
sort of looked like he was all over the joint, didn't he?
Well, even the Storm have signed on a couple of new recruits this year and being Olympians and, cross-code athletes and stuff. And I'm thinking, coming into Origin time, do you think Bellamy's thinking ahead with all this stuff and going, look, the players we signed can't play Origin level footy because as soon as they have 5 or 6 good games, they're in the talks of it being in the team down here.
Yeah.
So why don't we bring in some international guys? Why don't we bring in some Kiwis? Because if you think
sure.
about their pack, even having Jerome Hughes as a halfback, that's so key to the Storm winning games.
Well, he's the
And-
big dog of their team.
and you never have to worry about him playing Origin.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think obviously he's a bit concerned with money, and then it helps to have a Pappenhausen who isn't like completely Origin built because we've got better fullbacks that could play Origin, so he gets to keep somewhat of his spine together.
Yeah, and Wishart showed last year that he can fill in for Munster, no problem.
And we've seen Bellyache in the past lose Inglis, Slater, Cronk,
Yeah.
Smith. His whole spine goes, and Storm have always struggled around those. So maybe he's learned from that and go, well, look, I need to have some Origin players because we need to win. But also, why don't we just try and recruit the best of international players too, so we don't have to worry about that during the regular season.
So
Do you think it irks him that he hasn't won a comp without one of his big three?
probably.
The last comp they won was 2020 with Cam Smith, and they haven't been able to
Secure one yet.
Yeah. Like, do you think that's why he would like keep doing the re-sign year for 1 year?
Yeah. I mean, that's it would irk me, right?
Because
then you've always got that against your name that
You
you
only
can't
did it
win a
with
comp.
these players?
Yeah,
Yeah.
these players were the greatest, but
like those three could fucking get immortal status.
they
if
still
they wanted
compete.
to.
and I still think
Oh yeah, but I mean, like they're not that like winning one would obviously like you don't want to lose a grand final like last year.
But it's
and be
cement his name
Yeah.
like as a standalone, just
Yeah.
without those players though.
like,
Yeah.
like you can't use the backup. Like, oh, well, you had Cam Smith, who's like fucking the goat of all fucking players ever.
Yeah.
But
coaching is such a hard gig too because there's 17 players that you've got to worry about primarily. Then you've also got a lot that are off, that you still got to look after. But it's you take a lot of the responsibility for the weekend that's played. At the end of the day, though, you're not playing one play of that game. You're not putting the foot on the ball. You're not kicking the ball. Yes, you're directing the team around, but again, like to take as much on as going like, I won them the comp this year. I didn't win them. I don't think it's that personal for him. I don't think he's focused on that. I just think they just win as many games as they can, and his record proves that he's one of the greatest coaches of all time.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, boys, let's get on to the Saturday games, which was the Warriors versus the Broncos over in New Zealand. For me, the Warriors rookies really stood up. There was Val Monga, but the real standout, Lika Halasima, got his first start for the season.
Weapon.
he's when he scored the try. Eh?
Yeah.
he's a
That
beast.
fast feet at the line.
He's a beast, bro.
19 years old, bro.
Oh, that's a fucking joke.
19. So he's going to be one to keep your eyes on. And I don't think whoever was playing second row, I don't think they're going to get their jersey back because, that's what you've got to worry about in this day and age with the NRL. But in saying that as well, Luke Metcalf absolutely stole the show.
Killed it.
The ball that he caught from Kurt Capewell after he ran down the sideline.
off the fingertips.
Off his fucking ankles.
Yeah.
And then kicking you overlook how big of a pressure moment that is, and it's right in front, but it's still 50 meters out,
Yep.
and he fucking aced it.
And
Mitch Barnett, bro, got the coin toss.
Yeah. But the wind dropped as soon as
soon as he kicked
the coin.
off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why. Yeah, I was like, and I reckon that's why Reece Walsh kicked it out
'Cause that's
he probably
what I
The wind
thought.
was still going.
Or is that Nine Media just creating a storm?
I don't know,
for
bro, because
Reece?
they were.
Because they all said it. I think he even said it in the presser that it had dropped off. That's why he was like, kicking it from 50s like a risk.
Yeah.
And he like good on him for having the balls to put his hand up for it.
So Reece didn't kick. Reece kicked
was kicking into
against the wind.
He was kicking
Yeah.
into it. That's why he kicked so big.
Oh, okay. Yep.
He
So
booted
it,
the fuck out
it
of
sort of
it.
makes sense because like if he thinks the wind's still fucking howling if it gets up,
Yeah. And it was only, I think it was Capewell on the. He
No,
put his
Barnett.
leg. Sorry, Barnett. Yeah,
Yeah.
he put his leg back. I'm with you.
yeah.
And
But-
you could see how strong the wind was during the game. Like Metcalf put a bomb up and it went fucking 40 meters.
yeah.
Just stayed out of frame.
You could
for
see
about
it. It
5
went
seconds.
straight up, and then when it got into the air, it flew, bro.
Yeah.
Did you see
It was
Renault?
gone.
Did you see Renault's one when he did the conversion into the wind?
Yeah,
Dude, I was like,
red hot.
he's not getting this and fucking
Nah.
just nails it,
Yeah.
bro. He's
Fuck, he's so
fucking-
good.
Yeah, it's fucked.
He also got pumped by Chanel Harris to feed her.
He almost
What a hit, bro.
backflipped.
That
Like-
was so good. And you don't really see half on half like that.
Yeah.
One on one, fucking.
Just lined him up perfect.
It's happening more though. Have you noticed?
With
those edge defenders, like they're starting to realize
Solid
that,
boys, yeah.
like when they're starting to run that certain play where it's like
Getting it out wide.
go deep into the line and then pass out the back. Somebody is always shooting up. Like everyone's starting to fucking
But
see
he,
it now.
he kind of looked flat-footed though.
Yeah.
Ren, like he was kind of like the Cleary one. Like Cleary was standing still, and then Ren pretty much had the same thing, like mid-turn into a pass and just gets
Yeah.
fucking wrecked.
It's all timing, yeah.
Yeah.
And, it's it's up to the defensive player for that to actually happen, I feel.
Yeah, well, if
because-
they don't get there in time, then there's a hole.
Yeah. Or
Or
if
a
you're too
big
late,
hole.
Yeah.
like, same thing, dummy, show and go.
Or get it just after the pass and it's a knock on, comes off your hand or something.
Yeah.
Last couple of takes on this game, boys, was Ben Hunt was one of the Warriors' best on the night. What the
Bro.
fuck? He was... he
2015
couldn't have played
Ben
worse,
is back.
bro.
2015
Oh.
Ben is back.
Yeah, it's all that popcorn he ate before the game. fucking butter on his fingers,
Dude,
bro.
it wasn't good.
He dropped 3 really important balls.
Do you
during
think?
the game.
Do you think with the quality of which he showed on the weekend, and I heard the week before he wasn't the greatest as well, but do you think Ezra Mam, rumors of him returning, is getting Benny a little bit?
Nah, I don't think.
Do you think when Ezra comes back, Ezra gets put straight back into the starting squad?
Well,
Nah, he'll
takes the
be,
jersey
he'll
off
be
Ben.
Queensland Cup, I reckon, for a bit.
I think for the general public to see Madge do that would be a huge tick in everyone's boxes.
Well,
if
Put him in
Madge puts
Queensland Cup.
yeah,
Yeah.
if Madge puts him straight back into the starting squad, everyone's going to kick up about it.
Yeah,
I
but
feel.
Madge does what Madge wants, bro. He's not going to fucking care what anyone says. If he needs him, he's going to put him in.
Yeah.
Well, that's one. Do you think that
just
they need
like
them?
during that game, he saw that Ben was dropping the ball and shit, so
Yeah,
he
he
puts
don't-
him in dummy half, puts Billy into 5'8", and then at the fucking death of the game, he was meant to pass the ball to Renault for the field goal attempt, and he fucked it up when he picked
Fumbled
it up.
it, eh? Yeah.
Yep, fumbled it and had to
Yeah.
run it himself.
So I didn't notice that. I didn't notice Billy moving to
Yeah.
5'8", but that's what happened.
Yeah.
Interesting.
He was first try scorer too. I wonder what he was paying.
Yeah, I know, bro. And I chose I had money on Pakes instead of fucking
Oh,
Billy because
Billy.
I thought Pakes was starting because he has been
Yeah.
Yeah,
so off it.
he went in quite untouched as
Yeah,
well through
yeah.
the big dummy. Wires jerseys.
Well, you're the local Mulry, bro. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of it. Even when they released it, I like the bright colours. I like the.
Do you know the significance? Is there like a significance for the colours or not really?
I don't know about the. It reminds me of Pawa shells.
Oh yeah.
So maybe there's like a bit of Pawa in it with
Yeah.
I think the Polynesian, Māori, and
because that's their
few different
multiculture
designs.
around Jersey, which
Yeah.
I think is crazy that 2 years in a row, the team that probably has like the biggest culture, like as a whole fucking one country
As a
club,
team.
yeah, is not in multiculture around 2 years in a row is a bit of a joke. But yeah, I'm glad at least they got
Backwards.
to rock the jerseys and
Well-
represent them and stuff.
I never understand when they roll out the multicultural round, the Anzac Day test, and then in 2 weeks' time, the Roosters are playing in their Anzac Day test. And it's like, bro, that was 2 weeks ago. What the fuck?
Well, it depends who's got the
they've
buy.
got the
If they
bye.
got the buy, yeah.
But they should really plan it.
They
I
should
don't
be
know,
planning
maybe
ahead, bro.
Yeah, like the weekend of. So then it feels like it's Anzac Day.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Someone fucked it up this year because there's teams who have played each other twice already.
Yeah,
We're fucking
draw.
Twice in six weeks,
Yeah.
there's like 4 teams going.
yeah. Like what the fuck's going on?
We're going to
Somebody
have it
fucked
again
it
at
up.
the back end of the and I actually had that in, but I took it off the agenda. But now that we brought it up, the doggies have been renowned to have actually the easiest run leading into the first, and obviously they're right at the top. The Eels, we can't really make up much for them, but I believe the Panthers have also had a bit of a tough run. You throw in Vegas over there as well, which throws a few things in the mix.
Yeah.
Sharks have been one of the really unfortunate ones to have all these games spread out everywhere. They're probably the most consistent with actually, I've been hard on them and said that, they're probably not going to make the 8. To see them come out the back end of this sort of first period of travel.
That 5-game streak where they weren't at home.
Yep, and they've still won, I think, more games than they've lost.
Yep.
I think that they've won a lot of those games that's going to save them leading into that. I think, I've changed my mind. They're going to be top 8.
But then you look at the Broncos though, and they've got like fucking 9 in a row at home.
Yeah.
That just
And
doesn't
two
make
of
sense.
them
dude.
are away games.
I swear they've already had 4 of the 7 rounds at home,
Yeah.
at least this year.
Friday nights too.
Yeah, one was with Dolphins home
The
game.
Murdochs are back.
Bro, it fucking drives me nuts. It has for years because they always get it. Because I think it's because like it's Brisbane. It's like always the one club city or whatever. But they get the Friday night game for Channel 9, so they're on more TVs. But
Hearing, I was listening to Levels when I went up to Toowoomba on the weekend, and hearing Willie Mason explain Suncorp Stadium from a player's
Oh, yeah.
perspective, goosebumps,
Yeah,
bro.
it's good,
He was
eh?
just saying, like, you run out there, you can't hear the person next to you because the fucking fans are just
When he's talking
screaming
about
from all
Origin?
shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
He only won 1 game up there, but he was just saying, like, playing, obviously being there as a fan is one thing, but playing on the field as well in a big game, it's just this whole nother beast in itself. On to the next game, boys. Roosters versus Panthers. Jason, you can take the reins.
We're so back. That's all I got to say.
So back.
Can't. The first 10 minutes, we were doing the same shit. I was just like, oh, fuck, here we fucking go again. And then, they just fucking got back to their old footy, bro. And I think a big change too was starting Liam Henry.
Yeah.
Getting that fucking leg speed going because we had Fish, who was a bit quicker than Moses, who was more of the heavy hitter.
Yeah.
And he always, I reckon the leg speed with him and then having Lindsay Smith come on and then having IPAP come on. So you got Lindsay Smith.
He played well.
And IPAP, a fast guy and a big guy.
Yep.
Bro, IPAP fucking killed it, man.
Yeah, had a great game.
Yeah.
I think his best game for
easy,
Penrith.
Easy, bro, yeah. But
my eyes were on Dill Edwards. I was just like,
if
he comes out with that fucking gimp limp again, they're fucked. But he was just bang, bang, bang.
Dude, he got 200,
running that
I think he got
row.
nearly 300 meters.
Yeah, I was like, exactly what you said. They are so back. When I saw Dill Edwards running that ball, I was like, okay, we're on now.
We got Mitch Kenny out for 2 weeks now.
Yeah,
for a hip drop on Nat Butcher.
Yeah, I don't know about that because you struggled last week without Mitch, but that could have been because of Dill's injury.
Yeah, but
so
if Luke Summerton comes in and plays like he did, he wasn't bad. If he just gives good service, bro, I think we can keep it going. But yeah, it was good to see it back. But probably the highlight of the game for me was fucking Scotty Sorensen, bro, dislocating his finger and then throwing that absolute hurler of a flick pass to Dill Edwards. Holy.
At the back. That was beautiful, eh?
Didn't even turn the head, bro. He's still looking straight and just fucking,
so unexpected, dude.
Yeah.
He just knew he was there.
Yeah. And Dom Young was already coming in to tackle him. So there was Dill Edwards and I think Jenkins on the outside. And it's fucking unreal.
Beautiful stuff.
That was the highlight for you. You want to know the highlight for me?
Oh, here we go.
The Roosters scrum play.
Yeah, dude, that was sick.
That was fucking cool. And not only that, but I've obviously said, I hang my hat on this as well. I have been saying it for years now. When you've got, how many players in a scrum? 3, 2, 6. You got 6 of your defenders tied up in one section of the field. It makes no sense why you would go one hit up off the ruck. To me, anyway. You guys can have your own opinions. And it just, the numbers, it's a numbers game. You've got more open space. You get a game breaker like Rob Toyer out there, and hit him with a clean pass. I don't think that you're at least going to get a line break out of it.
Yeah,
I get it. If you overcomplicated it and fucking drop it off the first play, that seems like the only risky play for me. But again, if you practice it and practice it and practice it, it's almost just as safe as a fucking fourth play tackle.
Are you guys a fan of that? Every team seems to be doing it now. Right before the scrum, the ball gets fed, they put the ball down and the half runs off. And and then somebody else runs in.
Yeah.
Again, if it's part of a trick play, don't mind it. I think that adds to the confusion of it. As long as you don't fuck it up. As long as you don't put the ball down and then all of a sudden the siren goes and you've lost the play.
There's a lot of teams doing it now, hey? And on the weekend, Isaiah Yeo went from being the lock in the fucking scrum, ran out and then was a part of the attack, and I was like, oh fuck, that changes the dynamic of that attack.
Yeah,
100%. I was like, holy shit, if you can do that, you know what I mean, have some fucking random player feed the ball,
and now you can pick where you want the scrum on the field.
Yeah,
so you practice set plays in those 3 positions. I feel like that's just, you're almost guaranteed a line break or some points off that. But
actually,
it's good to hear that teams are doing it.
What was the thing that you were complaining about, Ben, where you were being argued against by 6 people in the chat with Dill Edwards running into Tedesco?
Oh, yeah.
You thought it was a penalty.
Yeah. So
do you still feel that way after watching it and seeing all the professionals coming out saying
you guys don't change my opinions, man.
No, it's not me. I'm asking the professionals coming out, bro.
No. Like I said, I feel like Dill Edwards saw it all happening. He watched who kicked it? Teddy. Yeah, sorry, it was Teddy. So he again, you're looking straight at the defender. There's well and truly enough, he's about 10 meters away from him, and Teddy toe hacks the ball. And instead of turning back and looking at the ball where it's gone past him, or maybe possibly trying to move out of Teddy's way, instead he stood his ground, sort of dropped his shoulder. No, he didn't wrap his arm.
Bracing for impact.
Braced for impact.
So what's he supposed to do? You reckon you could turn?
Get out of the way?
You reckon
But
you could
did you
turn or
see-
get out of the way in that quicker time?
I think that he could have turned out of the way better than he could have just braced for that and robbed the Roosters of a try.
Well, from what
Oh
I
my
saw,
God.
he was
That is ridiculous.
From what I saw,
You
he
asked
was
me, bro.
already heading in the direction of Teddy, right?
Yeah.
Teddy puts the ball through. He can't change his direction, so he actually turned his body away from Teddy towards the ball. He put his leg out to try and stop it with his foot and brace for impact at the same time. That's what I saw.
Look, it's
That's-
taking Teddy out that I thought was, and then it happened a couple of plays later, and Price even chucked it in the chat, and they got penalised for it. But it was a bit more obvious because he actually grabbed him in that stage.
But that I think that one with Edwards was like there's nowhere for like it's like when you say, oh, where's he supposed to go if someone's fallen into a tackle and they get head high? It's like, what are you supposed to do? Like he had nowhere else to go with like Dill and Teddy both running to each other.
I just feel like if that was a Keanu Kinney in that situation, Keanu Kinney's going to get pinged. You know, Keanu Kinney's Dill Edwards. I think that just because he's Dill Edwards and it's the Panthers, that they get the rub of the green on that.
I don't think so because
That's a big one.
every commentator said the same thing, and all the potties I've like heard on it have all said the same.
It wasn't
thing.
that big of a deal. Like it was like one thing happened, and at first they were like, "Whoa," you know, and then they did see the replays and change their tone a little bit.
If it
but
was a penalty try, it's a big thing.
I didn't think it was a
know what I
penalty
mean?
try. I just thought that it was at least a penalty.
Yeah.
And that I don't know, that Dylan Edwards should have got a bit more for what he did, but that's my opinion. Boys, we're going to keep this one rolling. We've got a couple more games to cover. Titans versus the Raiders.
Woosah. Man, I'll say this. Titans played really well
The first 20 minutes.
for first 20 minutes and the middle 20 minutes of the second half. Like I don't know. We had a real halfback, right? Tom Weaver. I know he's a little bit of a speed bump in defense sometimes, but he's a real halfback and he knows what he's doing. And I think if he's given time to actually be the halfback of the Titans, we could actually get something going. JC's obviously a generational talent. I think he'll be amazing wherever he plays. Like fit him in somewhere else.
Are you talking about a different
AJ.
team?
Pardon?
Are you talking about a different team, like wherever he plays?
No, I think keep him keep him at the Titans.
What are your thoughts?
God.
What are your thoughts on, because Kinney's out, right? So what are your thoughts on moving JC back to the preferred position and then sliding in a Brimo?
Weaver and Brimo.
No,
Brimo.
I'd rather Brimo at fullback than JC, and because I
The
think
Groot at centre?
because maybe I don't know. He's De Groot's great. I mean, you saw like I said it before he actually started playing. I'm like he's gonna be like the next Ponga. Like that's what I feel. Like he's got that lateral movement. You know what I mean? You saw on the weekend that fucking break that he made.
Made a couple.
He was like weaving through them, man. Like
Weaving.
the movement was fucking insane. Like I knew he could play good. I was like, my mind was being blown when he was making those breaks. The way he was like burning players who are like centers. You know, obviously not slow guys. But I don't know, man. Maybe he plays wing. Like at the start of the year, though, he did say like, I want to go somewhere else because I'm not getting a chance. So he might end up going. I'd like to see JC play 6 with Weaver at 7 and AJ at the back, maybe.
Is it
until Kinney comes back and then AJ goes to 14 or something?
Is it an unpopular opinion to say that AJ might be the one that should have left instead of getting the big re-up?
Well, he got the big re-up, bro, and then it turned out that there was a better fullback.
Yeah.
Which is like it makes it hard for the club, obviously, because they've just committed fucking 10 years, Aussie. Just get him to come up and sit in here with us.
But I mean, they don't mind fucking shafting players after they've re-signed deals, so I'm sure they could do it with Brimo.
Shop him around.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get like a real halfback. I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird.
But I think Weaver's good enough. I think he's NRL level.
You guys started so fucking good too. I was like, holy shit. Simon was fucking quiet too until they caught
He
back
was
up.
very quiet,
Until
dude.
they caught back up, but
And that's what I mean. Like it's the Raiders, right? They're top 4, top 3 at the moment.
Yeah.
They're humming, bro. And for us to do that to them, and
Yeah.
just do our usual shit where we fall asleep in the middle of the fucking game.
Yeah, it's
Like-
it's so bizarre. Like
Yeah.
they fucking like they must be honestly the fucking like top 3 worst teams to support.
Yeah, I
Just
know,
because
bro.
they fucking the consistency is such a fucking issue for
And
them.
it's not like a week to week
It's
consistency.
gamey. It's like during the game, bro.
it's every 20 minutes
Yeah.
we have a different team on the field. But well, like
even at 16-0, you could not be fucking any sort of relaxed.
bro, we got to 16-0 and RCG and Tino went off.
Yeah.
And Cleese and I can't remember who else went on. And
Oh,
as
was it
soon
Mo
as
Fodawaker?
maybe, yeah.
Because he fucking dropped a couple too, didn't
Mo,
he?
yeah. But I rate Mo. I rate
Yeah.
him very highly. But I don't rate Cleese Haas
No, I don't either.
very highly.
I don't fucking rate him at all.
I mean, when he first came in, he was doing some good things and that, like with the club and that. But I don't know. He's just like, obviously he's not as good as his brother Payne, but he just, I don't know. Maybe he needs to get dropped back and find himself again.
Yeah, he's not having the best run.
But do you think that if we had just, hey buddy, just come in and sit down here. All right, mate. That's my son, everyone. He's floating around. Just came to tell me he's stealing a Coca-Cola. What the fuck?
Yeah, Dad, I'm just pinching this, mate. So,
Yeah, out of Ben's fridge.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Cleese ain't the guy, bro. And
Nah.
I tell you what, the team list came out. He was dropped back to bench, and I was like, okay, things are happening. This is what we need. They're starting to move him out of starting role onto the bench.
Because he plays back row,
Dave
doesn't
was
he?
starting. Yeah, he's second row. Dave Fafita was starting. Then Dave fucking is injured. And I can't remember. There was somebody else who was injured as well. And I was like, oh, JC and Loffy were injured as well. But I was like, oh, fucking hell.
Dude, Dave shouldn't be starting either. I reckon he's better off the bench.
But last week he was amazing.
Yeah, but the week before
You know what I
he
mean?
ran for 49 meters.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro.
But that was off the bench.
Yeah, but yeah, see, you can't
You know
fucking
what I
pick
mean?
him either.
Yeah.
Like
So
fucking
he's so hot and
inconsistencies
cold.
everywhere.
But he's better than Cleese.
I tell you what else they need to fucking sort out at the Titans is whoever the fucking doctor is or the trainer, bro, because Regan Campbell-Gillard with those fucking tissues in his nose all game.
Dude, what the fuck, eh?
Bro, he fucking, like, they show the hit up in slow-mo, bro. You see that fucking bloody tampon just fucking spiraling down, hits the player's back, bounces off, and then it's like corkscrewing to the ground. I'm like, oh, just fucking do the old tape around the nostrils thing,
Yeah,
bro. It
yeah.
looks sick. It's great for content. Fucking hell.
I saw, I think it was one on the game yesterday where they taped them up, but no Vaseline, no antiseptic cream, just like straight, just the like little cotton wool on the wound, and then just
Taped his head?
one tape around the head, and then just like, but it was a bandage, and then just like this tiny bit of tape to hold the bandage in together. I'm like, fucking hell, that's just going to come
That ain't
straight
gonna
off.
work.
Yeah, usually they get the black masking tape and wrap it around a couple of times. Whoever it was that I saw, I was just like, bro, bro's going to be opened up a bit more. after
Yeah,
this.
well, was that in the Rabbitohs Bulldogs game?
I feel like it was more recent. So
Oh,
it was,
true.
yeah.
It was only on the weekend. Yeah, but I've seen that one too. But when they taped his eye up, it's like half over his eye.
Yeah.
He's like trying to peel it back up over his fucking eyelid. Poor cunt couldn't get it over.
But yeah, Cleese needs to go, bro. He's just not performing. He might be able to get back to the level that he should be at, but he's not NRL level at the moment.
I don't even think they're related.
Yeah.
So have you seen side by side? Yeah. They look like brothers to you?
Bro,
Do they play like brothers to you?
their whole family used to come before the mum had that car crash and that. Their whole family used to come down to the boys' footy club every weekend because they actually sponsored the club.
Yeah, true.
Because their brother died when he was young, and they have this charity sort of thing for him.
Nice.
Yeah, and they used to use the money to sponsor the club. It was really cool.
Yeah,
Their whole family. Like, there's more Haas's to come.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, bro.
There's a mob.
They're huge.
Boys, speaking of more to come, we've got a couple more games to go through, which is the Newcastle Knights versus the Sharks. Jason, your words were flat track bullies, the old Sharkies.
Yeah.
I sort of touched on it a bit earlier. I'm just impressed more so than with how many games they've been able to rope together with a poor schedule. But as well, I think that Nico Hines and Braden Trindle complemented each other a little bit better in this game. It was against the Knights. But yeah,
But I mean, if they good on them because they had a decent win in that, but like you'd be fucking pissed off that a team that's averaging 9 points and has scored 4 points in 2 games is fucking putting 14 on you at the end of a game. Like, you still got to be hungry for it at the end. I think like a good team would just come out and fuck them in the arse doing that sort of stuff.
still.
Well,
yeah.
I thought they were gonna.
The Knights.
I thought the Sharks were gonna fucking end them.
Oh yeah, I know, but I mean, like the Knights, like shouldn't be able to put points on you at the end of a game
Yeah.
just because you're up. Like, you should still be making
That's what I
those
mean.
effort
I'm
plays
agreeing
and-
with you.
Yeah,
I thought that the Sharks were going to come out and just absolutely annihilate them. They just fell asleep, bro.
yeah,
It's weird.
They've got that in their game. I think that, and we've seen them in the past, put 40-odd points on teams, but this year we haven't really seen that. Just foot on the throttle, consistent 80 minutes of footy. So
Yeah.
I think when they get that, it's going to be a dangerous side. Any other last little takes on that one?
Knights
Move
are
on to the
fucking.
last.
I literally just put Knights equal poo.
Yes.
They are fucking terrible.
I think not having a clarity in your halves pairings is a little bit concerning, and it's
same
really
shit as
rocking
last
them.
year. They're just fucking changing it every week.
It's the same shit the Titans are going through.
Yeah.
Boys, the last game we saw, it was an Easter Monday bash. What a fucking game it was! It was some good quality footy. I didn't expect that when I saw the Knights versus Tigers on paper. I wasn't just thinking back
Tigers
to
versus
last
Eels?
year. Sorry, Knights versus Tigers. Tigers versus Eels. Obviously, the Eels having Mitch Moses back just made their team look so much more slick and professional and cohesive.
Yep.
Dude, his boot, they fucking need it so bad.
I think he got 4 try assists, a 40-20.
And he kicked that one. He kicked one goal from the sideline because he's obviously taking it easy with his foot.
Yeah,
so that's why
yeah.
he wasn't doing the goal kicking.
Because I saw him bringing in a couple of the other boys to do that.
yeah. So
So he absolutely showed out. Now, my initial take, I know it's just one game, but if he plays like that come July, is he the 7 for the New South Wales Blues?
no,
Even if the Penrith Panthers are still sitting around 15th, struggling.
no.
I'm a big fan of Mitch Moses. I think the only way he gets to 7 is if Cleary's injured.
He does it. He doesn't get the 7. He gets the 6, and he plays second fiddle to Cles.
Do we go that route instead of Jerome Luai?
Bro, they're both runners. They're both big boys. They're both solid in defence. They've both got a massive boot. Like, imagine Mitch Moses and Cleary.
You've just
in a
got
game.
options each side, right?
Bro. Mitch Moses and Cleary would kick Queensland to fucking death in an Origin
700
game.
kick meters.
Oh, each.
Yeah.
Like, they would fucking they would fucking punish him, bro. And Mitch Moses would, I feel, would be easier to be the second fiddle to
Yeah.
Cleary if he played 6. And his running game's fucking ridiculous still. Like,
I've said it for years. He's right on par with Cleary.
Top
Yeah,
3 halves.
He just gets
had
injured, man.
and just had a shittier team.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
been at a shit team. He gets injured a lot. So does Cleary, or did. Cleary used to get injured a lot. I think, like you said, he'd be better. He'd be better at playing a
second
role.
half.
A role.
Yeah.
A role play. He'd be better at being a role player than being the general.
Yeah.
Like,
Or-
it sucks.
He's a great general, though.
It sucks for Luai, but like
But do you think Luai still makes the team?
he could. It depends how they go. Like,
Could he be a 14?
Well, I mean, Appy got dropped when he went to the Tigers and form dipped from Origin. So yeah, I don't know.
But you can't say
what
Luai's
about-
form is dipped.
No, I'm not saying it
Yeah.
has, but I'm saying like being at the Tigers, like the fucking Tigers, like just like sort of takes you down that peg or two.
Like
but,
being at the Eels.
yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're fucking dominating games like that, like
Yeah, yeah.
I haven't seen Luai dominate one yet.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a good point.
Yeah.
So
But he does have a better relationship with Cleary.
yeah, that's true.
That's good.
But yeah, I think Mitch and Nath are on pretty good terms as well, though.
Yeah.
I feel like that. I don't know. I reckon that'd be a sick game plan, though.
Here's
Fucking
my-
kick the fuck out of him, bro, and just keep him down there. And
Yeah.
yeah,
My take on it, I almost want Mitchie wearing the 7. Cleves can take the back seat. The reason why I say that is because if Queensland get off to a hot start, we've seen in this year, especially not necessarily the game that's just been because the Panthers were up, but from behind, Nathan Cleary does struggle to come back.
okay.
Mitch
you watched
Moses-
the 2023 grand final.
Mitch, I'm not. Let me paint this into perspective, right? Mitch Moses hasn't this. He's used to being at the bottom. He's used to being behind. They still pull off victories. They still win games. I think that he's got more in his bag in terms of big plays. However, Cleary's the most consistent.
What was that?
Your dog's escaping, bro. What the fuck? I don't know about that take. What do you think?
I don't rate that at all. It's been one game.
Yeah.
Oh, it.
And also-
he did good in. Did he play? He played Oz last year, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he played. Yeah, because he did the Pacifica. Remember, we
Oh,
met
yeah.
him,
Yep.
met him at the tax accounts or whatever the fuck it was called.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, I don't think he's got bigger plays than Cles.
Yeah.
Like if you looked at their careers as a whole, like he's got. I'm not like.
Has he got more ticker though? Is that what Benny's trying to say? He's got more
I think
ticker.
I think their tick is different. Like Cleary's is really fucking calculated. Like you watch him, like he goes over. Like he always says on podcasts, like he's not that talented. He just
Yeah.
fucking works harder.
Yeah.
Like he's one of those cunts that's there before people and thereafter, still practicing kicks and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I think Moses would like Cleary can run too, but I would probably put Moses as a better runner.
Yeah.
And like, he's a bigger body, a bit bigger than Cleary too. So I would if I was having them both in there, I'd go Moses 6 and Cleary 7.
It'd be interesting to see. It's almost like a Renault Hunt type thing
Yeah.
that's going on at the Broncos right now, you know?
But you got younger bodies doing it.
Yeah, young
actually,
bodies.
Moses is fucking 30 this year.
Yeah, is
Or
he?
31.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't know. I think that's a subtle attempt at spite from Ben, trying to disguise it as blue passion.
You think?
Yeah. Oh fuck yeah. We got our first win, and now he can't rack shit on me this week.
Yeah,
so he's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
get him where it fucking hurts, bro.
It could be, bro. It could be.
Did you see
Was
that?
that my boy
Yeah.
coming in? What's
Good,
he doing?
Good kid, eh? Must get
Well,
it from his mum.
I don't know. What's he doing? He's
No,
slamming your doors,
he
bro.
was trying to leave, but just gave him a can of Coke and caught a
Yeah.
big stingray down there, bro.
Did he?
Yeah, just showed me on his phone.
Yeah, I told him. I said, because he's always like, "Oh, Dad, I got a big fish. I got a big hit." Rah, rah. And I'm like, "Where's the proof, bro? I don't believe anything you
Yeah.
say."
No, he's got it releasing it back into the canal.
Holy!
Yeah, good man.
All right. Did you tell him to fucking not come back until until he's got dinner?
Is that it? Stingray, how are
Yeah,
we supposed
right.
to cook that?
Yeah.
Is that going to wrap us up?
Yeah, that wraps us
All
up,
right, boys. Thank you all for listening.
Oh, actually, real quick, what do you think of Taruva with his little super slam there?
Yeah, I was, I like bring back the biff, but I thought that was a bit extra carry on. I didn't necessarily see before that because I was clipping something up, but I heard that they were at it most of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were.
So that's fair.
He
That's
was at it
good on
most
him.
of the game.
Okay,
He was looking for it, and then when they sent him, he's like mouthing
Yeah,
off
still-
still
yeah.
at Luca Moretti.
Yeah,
I wanted to see something go down.
Dude, and then
I thought it was Battle of Brookie vibes.
that's what he said on the thing. He goes, "It's almost Battle of Brookvale vibes." Where the fuck were you the rest of the game, mate? You only just woke up.
Love it.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. Thank you for listening. Good luck this weekend, Brad. And we'll
Cheers, brother.
We'll hear you guys. You guys will hear from us later on in the week.
Before we go, if you want to come down, meet up with the fighters Thursday, the 24th. We're doing a little presser at the Gold Coast Convention Centre.
3:30 to 7:30.
3 till 7, I think.
Yeah,
3
4
to
to 4 till 7.
4 to 7.
And then he's
None of the above.
Yeah. and then Friday, Broadbeach Tavern, 2 up.
Two up.
From it, we'll be there from 11. You got to buy food to get alcohol, but then from 1 o'clock, I think it's regular proceedings.
And it's going to be called the Pub Hub for the weekend.
Pub.
Yeah.
I like it.
Nice.
But if you want to get traditional and drink without having to buy food, you can actually order rum and milk, which is an Anzac tradition because that's what they used to drink in the trenches. So
Might get a
sneaky
little
little tip for you boys.
I have to try one.
Yeah, you can.
I have to try one. I'm not going to say.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Dude, you literally like
As long as they have lactose-free milk.
you can
As long
go
as they have almond milk for me, please.
you can literally go straight from dawn service to rum and milks
Yeah.
So-
I'm keen for dawn service too,
or
boys.
rum and almond milks. Can't see the diggers in the trenches squashing almonds. Where the fucking fucking got to deal with these fucking krauts now. This shit.
Who's got the soybeans?
Who's got the almond milk? You know, almonds aren't made of milk. You know, almonds are nuts. You get those combos.
Yeah, bro.
Anyway,
Who's
guys,
milking the almonds?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got little tits on the end of it.
Alrighty. Until next week, or until Thursday. Later, bolt.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Danny.